Victims, the Oak Ridge Boys. They think they're going to be interviewed on a new late-night show called Music USA. The interviewer is supposed to be a rising young star.
Now, here's accomplice number one, Dick Howard, the Oak Ridge Boys manager. Now, he set up the interview and told the group that they were the only country act on the show.
Accomplice number two, Dwayne Allen, a member of the Oak Ridge Boys. He's our inside man for this practical joke.
There's Music Row in Nashville, and here are Dwayne Allen and practical joke producer David Lowe, and Dwayne's about to find out what we're up to.
We are playing a joke on the Oak Ridge Boys, and we would like you in on it with us.
Okay. Okay.
You can't, you got to play it straight.
Gotcha.
Not straight to the extent where you might get very angry.
I think it's going to be hilarious.
There are the Oak Ridge Boys waiting for our phony interviewer, and here he is, actor Mark Ganzel.
Joe Bonsall, how you doing?
Hi, Joe.
Now, the Oak Ridge Boys from left to right are Joe Bonsall, Dwayne Allen, of course. The long beard belongs to William Lee Golden, and the fellow on the end is Richard Sturban.
Perfect, Dick. But watch how our interviewer gets everyone mixed up.
So you asked me how long I've been in Nashville. Do you guys live in Nashville?
We actually live in Hendersonville,
Hendersonville.
20 miles out.
Well, Richard, where is
I'm
Hendersonville?
That's Richard.
I'm Richard, that's Dwayne.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You want to count down again?
Yeah.
Okay, Joe. You are in...
Mark, you're doing great, man. I'm Joe.
We've done some interviews with groups before, and I've been having... I really do have trouble occasionally keeping straight. What I'm going to do is, I'll just say number one, number two, number three, number four, and then later on I'll dub in your names. That way there's no way to and so we don't mess up anything really interesting is coming.
I get to be number one. That's cool.
In fact, David, I want to put...
Can you imagine being referred to by a number in an interview? Now, Mark's going to start from the top all over again, all right?
Right, so we can get things even more botched up.
Hi, I'm Mark Ganzel. Welcome back to Music USA. Today, we're in Nashville. And I've only been here a few days, but already I've made some very close personal friends. I want to ask the first question to my close personal friend, number one. Tell me, I understand that two of you are brothers. Now, which ones are the brothers?
You ain't even close.
He's got him mixed up with the Statler brothers.
You're not
Statler brothers. Nah, you got the wrong group code.
You're not brothers.
No.
I'm so three.
No one is related whatsoever.
Cousins are Alabama, brothers are the Statlers. This is the Oak Ridge Boys, and we've just been friends for years.
I'm sorry.
Mark is acting like he's totally uninformed.
Well, let's talk about where you got your starts. Number two, you learned your beat roots came from the opera?
I studied in college.
Studied opera?
Classical music.
Now, a lot of people might think that many country performers started out in opera with the Grand Ole Opera.
Right.
Grand Ole Opera
Well, this was-
Land, I think.
Well, Operaland is a part of a complex that includes the Grand Ole Opry. And the opera I was talking about is like the Metropolitan Opera in New York. I studied...
So there's a difference then between country opera and regular opera. What, could I?
I would say a little bit, yes.
Because,
Mark, can I see you for a second?
David? Oh, sure.
It'll just be...
Now, when Mark leaves, listen to the Oak Ridge Boys manager, Dick Howard, assure them how well things are going.
It's just that he obviously don't know nothing about us or the business.
He's new, and NBC has great hopes for him, and it's just going very well. Just trust me.
He just has wrong information. He seems like he's probably a good interviewer. He just doesn't have the right
He
information.
just doesn't know anything about us.
Here comes Mark again, and he's going to be even worse than before.
You have to bear with me.
Now, it's obvious they gave you some wrong information somewhere, so, that's understandable.
Yeah, I guess it is. Number one, they tell me, this is correct, that you started on American Bandstand, is that?
I don't know that I started on American Bandstand, but I get down to the old WFIL studios at 48th and Market, and some days I'd get in, and some days I wouldn't.
So you're regular on a TV show. One of you actually had a series, number 3, Grizzly Adams, which you worked on for several years.
No, number 5, you're wrong. There's a difference.
You weren't? All right. Let's talk about your favorite song you ever recorded. What's your favorite song?
I like Elvira.
Now, the next song that Mark mentions is by another group, the Gatlin Brothers.
All the Gold in California.
You know, maybe we better get somebody in here that knows Oak Ridge.
You've got a new release out, and I've got it here. I want to talk about it right now.
New release. This album is 8 years old.
Think about a saloon. You all come back, saloon. Tell me, it's been on the charts. Is it on the charts yet?
Yeah, well, first of all, see, all the Gold in California is Larry Gatlin.
No,
and the Gatlin
you're
Brothers.
going to give
That's
me a
our
hard
first-
time on this. Let's just go on the inside, all right? We'll talk about what you want to talk about, something personal that you haven't been asked before. Number 4, what would you like to say to the other members of the group? If you could go on television and say whatever you wanted to say, something about each and every one of them.
I would guess if I was going to go on television and talk about my 3 partners, I would say that they're the 3 best friends that I have, and I'm very proud to be associated with them. And because of my association with them, I have the greatest job that there is in the world. I'm very happy to be here.
Number 2, when you think about the other members of the group and you're singing in the shower, you think about them, what do you sing?
Here it
I think
comes.
I'd like to be included someday on a best joke of all time and put it on the TV Bloopers and Practical Jokes television show for all of my partners.
There ain't no Music USA.
See you around.
Did you do this? You've known?